Welcome to Graceful Art Designs. Today I'm going to be pouring out a bloom in different shades of cadmium red deep, orange, iridescent orange yellow, purple and perlescent white, and the base was a mixture of all of those colors and white. Some of the bases with the purple and some with the red, so alternating. There it goes, this is how it is and this is how I'm going to blow it out. So I'll start with this one down here. And I now have a nice small blow dryer with 1000 watts, so better results hopefully. So that's pretty. That's how it blew out, and I'm going to turn this into a botanical design, but I'm thinking of using this particular petal or bloom as a bird because it's got this lovely sort of wing shape in it. Start with this one and just take it from the center here. I'm using the back of a paintbrush. Use my finger, but I forgot to put a glove on, so I don't really want to get paint on my skin right now. Yeah, that looks better there now. I might have to come back with a straw and blow out some parts like here. I don't really like the outcome, but in fact I think I'll do that first. Blew them all out. Leave the bird for last. I really would have liked this bloom to go out a little bit more, but I don't think it will move. So let's see what I can do with this one. Paint seems a little bit thin here. Yeah, that looks better there now. I'm going to just do the bird here for what it's worth and see if I can get it right. And I saw a head. So there's my bird. Oh, there was my bird. And there's his head and his body and the wings. And I used perlescent white and I used metallic purple and I used iridescent orange yellow. So there's a lot of metallic. The one color I didn't use was gold, and I'm going to use that to outline the bird and to maybe go through the veins of the blooms and to outline the blooms if I think they need outlining. The painting dried beautifully and the lines didn't move at all, I don't think. And I really love the fact that the red is not dominant because the iridescent orange-yellow actually subdued the red quite a bit. There wasn't as much purple as I wanted, but perhaps it's a good thing because there's enough in every bloom. Where I put the orange on top of the red, that certainly subdued the red quite a bit there and there. And here there's a lot of the either the white or the perlescent white and the pink of the background mixed with the red and softened it quite a bit. Here there's quite a bit of orange. There's tiny little cells and lacing here and there, which are very pretty. I'm glad I didn't want really big cells here. So here's some cute little ones as well. And where I used the straw, I blew away some of them. Not on purpose, but that's just what happens when you use the straw. But the straw gives these nice rounded edges, so that's what I liked. And so now I'm going to paint in the outline of the bird with some purple straight from the container. It's not the liquid purple. And just using the flat angled brush. So this bird, he's sort of flying and landing down into the bloom and his wings are outspread. I just need to round him a bit here. So because there isn't a lot of purple, I decided I'm going to use purple in the outline instead of gold as I thought I would. And maybe I'll use iridescent white here and there. I'll see. Just see how the bird turns out. So I'm just using the edge of the brush. And this part of the bloom was the perfect shape for a bird. So it's not a whole bunch of birds, it's just one bird landing in the bloom. And the bloom can be any bloom you fancy, and the bird can be any bird you fancy. It doesn't have to be a specific type since this is very abstract art. That little silver bit makes his eye perfectly, so I don't think I need to add anything to that. So here I'm doing the tail. And the lines I put in, some of them are there. I'll just add in a few. And I do want the wings coming off of the body here, so I'll just do them like this. Bring those lines down into the body. And the tips have already formed as part of the bloom formation, so I'm not outlining them. So, yeah. I'm adding in lines there. This purple is a nice soft purple. Carefully, you can see the pearlescent white around the edges here. And inside this bloom, it's very pretty, very lovely. So I can't feel that the lines are there, but I can see that they are there. So I'm going to first go over them with some of the purple and see how that looks. Just because I want to connect all the blooms with this central vein. And where I don't like some part of the bloom, I might paint away that part, but I don't really want to paint away anything at the moment. But see, this vein, it must have moved because I had them joining. And now it's not joining, so I'm going to join it there like that. That vein there. And then there's a vein coming in there. And I mean, this is personal taste. You don't have to embellish your blooms like this. You can just leave them with those botanical lines. But I think it suits this painting because there just wasn't enough purple in the paw. And it's a very soft purple. It's not as dark as it looks in the jar. So here I have put the veins right through. But you can see here, the purple is there from the blowout. So there's no need for me to do the edges with purple. And where there isn't, well, that's part of the bloom there and there. But then there's pearlescent white around the other edges. Lovely faint line of purple there. So all in all, there's white here, and there's white and purple mixed there. And this bloom is lovely, but I don't really like all of it. So again, I'm not sure yet if I'm going to paint away part of it, but I'm going to just put in the lines at the top and then take it from there. So that bloom looks okay now that I've gone over it with the purple, but this one vein here is out of place, so I'm going to go over that with a bit of the orange and red and see if I can just blend it into the background. So this vein is continuing through here. A bit of the liquid pink on my brush. I'm going to remove this part of this bloom. I don't want it there. So to have some more space between the two. And then that looks better already. Here I've added some more orange over the pink that I put in there. Here I added a little of the iridescent orange around the edge of this bloom where I had separated it from the other one. And here I added some pink in between these two blooms so that they were separated as well. So they're all joined but separate. And this one, just add a little roundness to this shape. So here I didn't like the way I had made the shape of the bird there that was visible in between the feathers. So I'm just painting away with some of the iridescent orange and giving the bird a nice fiery glow and removing that line. So here I've added more orange into the tail and into the wings. Here I just outlined with a bit of purple and there as well, and to just remove this bit of, to make the head a bit more visible. Here I'm just adding a little red into this section here. I deleted a bit too much and don't want his head to look so. I'll blend in a bit of pink there in a minute. Although that's okay, I can just put some purple around that edge. And yeah, I just separated his head a little bit from the bloom bud. There was pink there, so I just brought the pink down and made his beak a little bit more defined. Removed some of that colour there that I didn't like. And I do want to put another layer of red around this bloom here. I think I took away too much of it. And a little around the side. I mean, bloom blowouts are wonderful, but they're not cast in stone. You don't have to leave it as it is, and you don't have to be afraid that adding a bit of colour will mess up the design. I mean, it might, it depends what you do. You just have to think about it carefully, and also remember that once it's dry, it looks quite different to how it looks when it's one layer of purple around there, and then that is it. So here there was a little bit too much fiery orange, so I added a little pink, lightly, just a little stripe in each, little dab in each part of the wing, and then with just a wet brush I smudged it all away because I didn't want it to be solid pink. I just wanted to soften that orange a little bit, and here I'll add in a little touch of the purple. Until you get to the point where you're satisfied, and I think that's it. That is really it now. Oh yes, I wanted to do a bit more around here. So again, if I haven't said it before, liquid pouring fluid art allows you to be creative. Just using the hairdryer itself is not very creative. It's just, learning how to push it around, how to get the shape of the blooms that you want. But the creative part is taking it and shaping it into something that you really want. Either leaving it as a bloom or transforming it into something more. Like here I've left the blooms more or less intact, and I've turned one of the blooms into a bird. So I haven't changed the entire painting, but I have transformed it into something more than it was originally. And I'm very happy with it. I think the color combination is lovely. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And please like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I really do appreciate all my viewers who subscribe. It is helping my channel to grow. Bye for now, and see you in my next video.